Isn't that turn? Hey, how y'all doing out there? We are going to be testing the buffed Rhino. It is not up on the CCP server just yet. Fortunately, I have one on my live account. I enjoy testing on the live account anyway. It just feels a little more meaningful. I don't know, just the way it works for me sometimes. So we're gonna have some fun with that. If we get available on the CCP server where we could take him all the way to rank 5, ascend him, I don't know. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna test him out. I wanna get a sense of, like, this is what I do when I do the tier list, right? And I'm like, here's the initial scores, and then I'm gonna send them to Illuminati. Today, you are the Illuminati. You're going to tell me what you think, what you want to see, how we're going to do this. We're going to have a great time. I will leave timestamps in the description so people, you know, if you tune in late and you're like, dude, I don't want to see you read the abilities. I get that. I respect that. And I will do like a final analysis, like, hey, here's where it's going to be. Here's where I think I'm going to score them, and send that over to the Illuminati for the general tier list. And then, yes, if you see it in the pinned comment, I am back on Twitter. I am back. My social media vacation is over. I only hate myself a little bit when I go on Twitter and Instagram now, and I'm okay with that. I'm a resilient enough person to handle a small amount of self-loathing, and I will do a dedicated Q&A period of time. I've enjoyed that in the streams. Of course, I will read the chat too. I see you all right there, and I'll say hello to you all in a second here. So don't hesitate to do that. But I want to kind of focus in on this. Test this buff, and then I have so much August content to finish up. You know, say, as you know, I was on vacation doing those sorts of things, and of course, for me, I love this game. I play this game a lot, but real life always takes precedent over the game, and so as a result, sometimes I fall a little behind in content. I'm gonna take a second here and say hello to everyone. Normax, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? I'm glad you're still around, man. I really am. There's been a few, like, I'm quitting the game sort of posts from various YouTubers and people I know through the social medias and things like that. And I feel like you may have written one. If you didn't, please say so, because I don't want to mislead the people here. But I'm glad you're still around, man. I really am. Xander, what's up, dude? The most ass buff in the history of buffs. The only buff he got was the profile picture change. So as a big fan of ass, I might really like this buff then, man. I have a feeling we are using that term very, very differently. People are like, oh no, we're already off the rails. What's up, Nightmare? How you doing, man? Drac on Bane. What's up, dude? I think I'm about to R4 Mortal Hulk. Dude, congratulations. That's awesome. He's a very fun champion, man. Let us see your top 30. Oh, yeah. So, and I am serious. I am back on Twitter. I had built a pretty sizable, I think, for an MCoC person on Twitter, and I just nuked the whole thing, man. I was so sick of social media, and I was like, I need to get off of this crap. So we're starting all over. I like building things. I have fun with that. But if you thought you were already following me on Twitter, you probably aren't. Go back and give it a file. You can see the link right there. The reason why I'm saying that is I'm going to be active on it. I'm going to try to be as positive as I can. Of course, I mean positive, like, as far as like how I approach the app. I don't mean I'm going to be positive about the game. I'm going to always be objective about the game. Again, as I've said multiple times, my relationship is actually with you, the viewer. I'm not pro-Kabam. I'm not anti-Kabam. If they do good things, I'll applaud. If they do crappy things, I'll point it out. And it's a lot easier to do it on Twitter than to make like a whole video, like, you know, with all the input issues and all the like connection issues we were having. I'm like, dude, I don't have time to make that video. And I know that video is going to perform terribly, but I can go on Twitter and make some jokes and make fun of it, you know, or do it in a live stream. So that's my intention for theirs. And of course, the spreadsheets will be up and stuff like that too. Like the screenshot sizes, like of the Battlegrounds tier list and general tier list. Moxie, what's up, dude? Is Vega Fire 3? No, Vega Fire 3 is my main account. This is my main. Thanks, Sander. Appreciate it. Yeah, I realized the only way I enjoy the game is rank anyone whether they suck or not. So I'm kind of back. Yeah, dude, one, you guys know me. I only like to do the I told you so if it's like a fun thing. Like with us reaching the Realm event. I don't know, hopefully you guys saw it. In multiple spaces, I was like, I guarantee that we get the rewards from this. I guarantee, because I was pretty sure we were going to hit it anyway, just to be honest. And I did this like over a week ago. So if you're like, yeah, way to guarantee it now, dude, you're really going out on a limb. Big balls on that guy. No, I guaranteed it live on stream. I did it in a follow-up video that I knew would perform relatively well. What am I saying? I'm sorry, my wife is text messaging. Okay. And what was I saying? I was saying something. And oh, yeah. So I'm not saying I told you so from that standpoint. I want to be abundantly clear. I'm not. I want as many of my viewers, I want as many people as I possibly can to say, like, dude, this game can be a absolute blast if we don't let it, like, and I know this is kind of overemphasizing or overstating it, like, if we don't let it control our lives. And I know, Normax, that's not what you were saying. I understand that, okay? But I think so much of the stress, so much of the upset, so much of the irritation, and I feel it too. I want to be clear. I've played this game for a very long time, and I've like chased prestige. Like, that's a perfect example of why I'm like, dude, I never recommend chasing prestige. Do not do it. Like, if you want to, I ain't gonna yuck your yum, man. I'm not gonna make fun of you too much. But I will tell you, you are just living and dying by what Kabam decides to do with every single champion they buff or put out. And if they're like, and now the prestige is 19,992, you're like, God damn it, I've got to go and buy this champion. And now I've got to buy 6 stones. F you, Kabam. And like, honestly, it's a screwed up thing. It is. But I also get why Kabam does it. What I'm saying is opt out. Opt out, man. Opt the F out. All right. Depressioncito, Bravo, what's up, dude? I'm gonna just say hello to people so we can do this. Debo, what's up, dude? My prestige drop, AK. Dude, I'm sorry, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. Is like, and I wrote it on my tweet there on the Twitters. I'm old, man. It's Twitter, okay? Cut me some slack. I don't care. It's Twitter. It's always gonna be Twitter. Coke Classic, that's just Coca-Cola. It ain't classic. That's just is Coca-Cola. Anyways. What was I saying, man? As I wrote on Twitter, it's like the one beauty, the one like consolation for me on Prestige is I don't give a shit about Prestige to begin with. So I have no clue if mine went up, it went down, it went sideways. I've got no idea. All right, people are here to actually see some Rhino stuff. So let's do that. We are 7:40 in the stream. And like I said, man, we're going to have a dedicated Q&A. Let's do it in 30 minutes. And I would love it if you would go give me a follow on the old Twitters and ask the questions there. You can ask them here. But yeah, at the 30-minute mark, I will definitely go to Twitter and answer some questions. So I have taken my Rhino to rank 3. And we're going to do this old school, man. You've got to have been playing this game for quite a while and following my channel for quite a while. I can't prove this. But I believe I was the second YouTuber to do the testing here because at the time it was a great place to go and test champions. As far as like, there was a little bit going on. You could get a sense of damage. It was a lot better than, in my opinion, than like the 3-star testing and stuff like that. You know, we all do what we can, right? We all work with what tools are available to us, and people do a great job of that. Oh, no, this isn't it. It's going to take me a minute. I'll find the quest. And I actually got it from Campo MC, who you've heard me talk about at length many times. I actually got it from him. Such a great guy, dude. Such a great guy. One of my true, like, real, like, friends. Like, he's always been a good friend to me. And love that, man. Love that guy. Anyways, incredibly smart player. And he used to be in the Illuminati for a long time. So you're like, whoa, Vega went from jokes and craziness to a bit sappy fast. It's I really like Campo, dude. He's a good dude. Okay, I will find it. Maybe it's 6.2. Might be 6.2. And I got it from him. That's my memory. And then I took it and ran with it. What's up, Sam? How you doing, man? Speaking of great dudes. Dude, do you remember where that Deadpool is, Sim? I only have the 6-star Rhino to utilize right now. And I thought it was 6.2.1, but it obviously isn't. No. I promise y'all, we'll find it. We'll find it. 6.2.2, 6.4.1. 6.4.1. No. It's here. I promise. I'm going to change that 6.4.1. You guys think it's 6.4.1? It helps if I actually go to 6.4.1. Yeah, thank you. Y'all are the best. You all are the, as usual. This is why you crowdsource stuff, man. The chat knows. Thanks, y'all. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, thanks, Sim knew too. A lot of y'all knew, thank you. So what we're gonna do here is I'm just gonna do the first couple of fights. Like I'm very much taking you through what I do when I'm initially testing the champion. Like Silver Samurai, I will be testing very, very soon. Not live on stream, unfortunately, but very soon I'll be testing. And this is literally what I do. I rank them up, and I just want to get used to the animations. I'll admit, guys, I was not a big Rhino player before. If you were, you let me know. Feel free to say so. But as you know, we don't hide the ball around here. Okay, so it's any debuff where he gets his I think it's those physical resist where he starts going. We're gonna just get used to the animations, and then yes, I will read the abilities. Make sure we're actually doing this properly. Okay, so now we're unstoppable. We've got the taunt, right? So that plays into his kit really nicely. For a kit that wants to intercept, that's pretty cool, actually. And then we've got that whole breach, which is great. Okay, so it looks to me like you want to focus, you build him up, and then he's going to cause some problems. All these debuffs spec'd into despair. This isn't bad. Just to be clear too, I do not think in any way, shape, or form this buff is meant to make him like in the tier above all on the general tier list. I don't think it's supposed to do that for general questing. I don't think it's supposed to do that for war. I don't think it's supposed to do it for battlegrounds. I don't think it's supposed to do it for EOP or Crucible or Abyss of whatever, right? Or any of those things. So I think this is probably more supposed to make a pool less painful. God, that profile picture, I am not a fan, man. I'm not looking to be critical, but like he looks more like a little chicken with like a horn on its head. Like what's going on there, man? Why is he so little? Dude, this guy's huge, and the profile picture just makes him look tiny. What? Why? Like I said this on my Discord server recently. The art team, it's not that they don't miss, man. That is a bit of a that's a bit untrue. I think they are phenomenal. They are amazing. And they often get it way right, like exceptionally. They deserve all the kudos. But man, when they miss so hard. And I think this is a hard miss. You guys let me know. Oh, what you're feeling. But this feels like a what I would consider to be a hard miss. Okay, I feel like I'm getting a better sense of him already. Like, I think there's something to be said for just playing a character. Oh, see, I should have gone back, and that was my fault. For just playing a character without reading all the instructions lately. That might have to do with me, like, growing up in the age of Nintendo, though, like original Nintendo, where you just start playing the game. And you'd read the instruction booklet much, much later. Okay, why did I want to figure out why we get that one debuff and why we lose it. That one right there, that breach. There's the stun. That's pretty nice. Okay. That actually feels really smooth. Rhino needs a new skin. Yeah, I think they updated his model though. I think, like I said, I wasn't really a Rhino player to begin with, so I'm not gonna pretend here. I want to take a minute here. I'm gonna look at the chat, of course, and then I want to read his abilities. See if we can start like speeding that up. We'll put a relic on him as well, and we'll put a relic on Mr. Rhino as well. And I'm seeing something here. I might actually be able to rank him up more highly. You like he has 6 already? No. Yes. Okay. Cool. It is Mr. Sin trying to be very helpful to me, which I appreciate. All right, let's read the chat here for a minute. There, Rhino. There are, one of the beauties of the internet, old man easy, is you find out all kinds of fetishes people have. Playing Rhino before the buff was won. Dread Doom is a new bot. Dude, Dread Doom looks amazing. Science Kitty Pride? Absolutely. He's terrible in Awakened. Okay. Blizzard, it seems aimed towards beginning players. So if like Rhino's your favorite and you're an in-game player, I get why that would suck. The YouTuber who wants people to come in and have some fun, I love that Kabam's like, hi, you don't need a dictionary to understand this kit. You don't need 8 hours to get through this. Like, I'm like, dude, Kabam, like, I get that you keep like evolving the game. I'm all for that. However, can we slow our roll? Yeah, dude, his head is like tiny. Oh, and I'm looking at even this, like, this sizing does not look right. Like, what tag do they have on this man, dude? This is not an XL champion, Kavan. I hate to argue the little stuff, but like, this ain't right. What's up, Heinz? That damage is crazy. This comment sponsored by Kabam. What's up, Xander? All right. I do as much BGSM, maybe slightly more. Okay, we're talking about BGs. His crit damage is abysmal. Damage seems underwhelming. Remember, guys, I was just playing him. I'm not trying to tell you his damage is good. I'm just saying that, like, I need to go through and read his kit. He had some pretty high health. For an R3 is just me. I think he's, honestly, I think he's intended to be a tanky, defensive leaning, simple attacker. That's just my sense. What's up, Public? How are you doing, man? Simula. He seems targeted to players who haven't learned how to parry and just swipe back and forth. Wait, what? Fetish? What did I walk into? Hey, man. People like what they like, Public, though. I think we need to remove the negative connotation to fetish. Maddie, MCoC, what is up, dude? Maddie, you and me, let's hang out tomorrow. If you're free, you hit me up, let me know. I'd like to hang out with you. Did y'all see the new 2-star anti-venom boys? Sentinel bots and symbiotes? We can take a look at that in a minute. I decided to pick Viv over anti-venom. Viv's great. Did you see Simula's video on him today? Or her, sorry, on her. What's up, Scott? What's up, Devansh? What's up, dude? Devansh Singh? Need a side-by-side comparison with Onslaught for the size. He does have a high health for 60. Yeah, I'm thinking we're going to find out. This is a, maybe for beginning players or someone who just likes some more simple stuff. Like, I'm often talking about, like, WoW Classic, World of Warcraft, or like the mini Crucible felt like MCoC Classic. I loved it for that reason. Maybe this is for like newer players, take the pain out of those pools and just kind of get into the playing the game, and potentially like in a battleground situation, like maybe you've ranked him up and you want a defender. Let's go ahead and read through it though and make sure you know that makes a little bit of sense. But that's what I kind of went in thinking. The chat seems to be thinking the same thing. Pablito, if you can, man, or if you're on Twitter, ask me that on the tweeters. And for the dedicated Q&A, which is actually in only about 20 minutes, I'd love to talk about Prestige. Give some help to the people, man. Get you off that Kabam roller coaster, man. Okay? Kabam's a business. They're trying to make money. We choose to play the game. I enjoy it. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to get on the roller coaster. I'm just getting on the nice little lazy river. I'm going to have a pina colada in my hand on a nice raft and have a good time, man. Just have a good time with my buddies, you know? Maybe do a fantasy football draft, get some wings going, that kind of thing. I ain't going to go on the roller coaster. All right, here we go. Rhino armor. Always active. Gains critical resistance up to 50% of physical resistance. Okay, I mean, that just already is shouting out defense, right? There's a line in here about like the ability accuracy of bleeds too, where I was like, this guy seems like he would get rolled by Cheel, and then they're like, good luck landing bleeds. While at 15 plus personal physical resistances, which were pretty easy to stack, making contact with the opponent refreshes personal breach, taunt, and trauma. Okay, so we want to get to the 15 personal physical resistances, make contact with your opponent, and then that will pause the taunt. The trauma, which is we've seen, is trauma on Luke Cage? No, trauma is, can't think of who trauma's on, but it makes a big difference. So get to 15, try to stay at 15, pause those debuffs. Okay. Rhino's thick. Reduces ability. I like when they lean into stuff like that. It's clever. I think I know who did this write-up already, just based on it. It's very clever, very funny. Rhino's the Kite reduces the ability accuracy of incoming bleeds by 75%. I don't like that, but I like the way it's written, and I like the cheekiness. Rhino gains no benefits from critical rating. This could explain the low crit. And instead increases his personal fury duration by up to 2 seconds based on critical rating bonuses. So, you know, right off the top of my head, if you've bought the 7-star, you want to do the crit rating, probably. Max bonus gained, 5,000 crit rating. Wait, what? Rhino gains no benefit from crit rating, from critical rating, instead increases his personal fury duration based on the critical rating. I'm a little confused by the sentence, actually. So one of you smart people in the chat think you can explain that really well. What's up, Sammy? How you doing, man? Speaking of people who I'm glad are still around. D-Gen, thank you. Yeah. Okay, that tracks. And Joaquin, thank you guys. Thanks, Sin. Thanks, Pablito. Thanks, Chop. Okay. When Rhino inflicts a debuff, is struck or blocks a hit. So parries. This is like covering offense and defense. The well-timed blocks seem to be included here, which makes sense. That's a debuff. He gains the physical resistance for 15 seconds. Refresh when he gains a new one. So we really need to do this. So inflicted debuff. Okay. Multiple physical resistance can't be gained from a single trigger. If struck while under the effects of a personal unstoppable, consume 5% to reduce the hit damage. Yeah, so this is a tanky boy. This does not, as a defender, when the opponent dodges back. As a defender, when the opponent dodges back. This is interesting. I think we're going to duel him at some point. I want to see what the idea on how to fight him is. Rhino gains cumulative benefits on how many personal physical resistances are active. When gaining a personal physical resistance, a trauma. So get up to 5, that's how you get the traumas. 10, you go unstoppable. 15, you become stun immune. Patriot as a new champ. Again, I don't think that's bad. I want to be clear too. When I say, like I said, Patriot is going to become more valuable. I guarantee it. I'm not saying like, see, dirty old kabam. I'm just saying like, I've played the game a long time. I think I get it. Yeah. But I still want to. I want to see that. I want to see that. When Rhino dashes forward, he fixes on a second taunt. What's the 5%? Is that the reduction? Why is it a 5% taunt debuff, but then this says reduces attack rate by 40% and increases chance to activate special by 70? Does anyone know that? Why a non-stacking 5% taunt, but then these percentiles are... I think I'm missing something there. A defender, he instead inflicts a breach. So yeah, we're gonna have to duel this guy. There's a lot of defensive stuff in here, guys. I think he's only listed as a 3.5 defender. I want to see it. Performative first medium grants a fury, and he gains up to 6 more with dashing. The fury's refreshed when it starts a dash. Okay, I just want to do the quest again now that I have a better idea of what we're doing again. The percent shown when you click on taunt is the default. Okay, so Pablito, the default taunt is that, because I was like 5% is not the correct attack reduction. So the default's 40%, and Rhino has a 5%. I wonder why. That's interesting. This feels like he is very much feeling to me right now like one of those champions that us in-game players are saying, he's really simple. And you can like kind of simply play him. But I think in a couple days, or probably more likely when the 7-star becomes available, we're going to find out that there's some loops. Like I see people talking about potential stun lock. I think we're going to find out there's a bit more to this guy. That's my sense right now. Just haven't read it. Okay, so the taunt. Okay. Oh. Okay, expected more. Maybe that's my fault for expecting more out of that. See, I don't know, guys. I'm already feeling like... Again, I'm not going to tell you, this isn't a tier above all champion. Nothing about this is making me think tier above all. That's pretty good. And unless I'm badly misremembering what we used to test, I'm pretty sure it was 6-star rank 3s were the testing spot for this Deadpool. 50 seconds was actually pretty fast. Yeah, Master, my theory is this Rhino buff was really just to train a new team member the whole process without touching a champ. Maybe. If so, I mean, as someone who runs a business, man, you know what? If you have a safe place to let someone, what's it called, like sandbox and learn on the fly, like, I'm okay with it. No, please tell me connection issues aren't back. Please, for the love of all. Please, please. That's not a bad theory. I also feel he needs awakening very high sig. Yeah, reading through that seemed the sig and all that seemed pretty important. So one of the things I'm already doing is, okay, so I've lost my Furies. I don't think that is important though. So like right there, that's kind of a little upsetting, but you get your Furies back so fast. That taunt's really nice. Come on, dude. I mean, once you're set up, this is pretty fun. Then he should throw it, and I think we're gonna go in. Yeah, because like that felt super safe. And then if this isn't a rank 3 or if this is a 7-star, I'm already back to the SP1. Because remember, the combat power rate on the 6-stars increased as you ranked them up. They got rid of that with the 7-stars. That's why the 7-stars had the max combat power rate just from the get-go. Again, I want to be clear, because you're hearing me, I can hear it in my own voice, because I'm like, oh, this is better than I was expecting. I'm not saying this is a tier above all champion. I'm not hyping him up. You're not going to hear me be like, I don't often recommend spending on RNG crystals, but go out and get. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is like, this ain't bad. Does he ever crit? He doesn't seem to benefit from additional crit. It goes to like his Furies. So that seems to be kind of part of what he does. Looks like you're playing Adam Warlock with more safety nets. Dude, that's a really good analogy, Pablito. And I think there's something... I want to go back and read the line about the pauses. Because building them up doesn't feel bad. Oh, so what you're saying is you should go spend... Yes. Thank you for reading between the lines, Sammy. No, the opposite, Sammy. I kind of like surprise buffs on champs people barely care about. Same here, Chop. That's why the theory on if this was given to like, you know, like maybe like someone on the quest team wanted to get an champ design or something like that. And they're like, all right, who does no one care about that isn't available to 7-star? Rhino. Why don't you do a Rhino buff? And then they came up with this. I'm like, put them on the team. Maybe they don't hit lead off, but there's a spot in the order for them. They could bat 6th, you know, maybe 5th. Maybe get some RBIs. All right. People are like, are you talking about baseball, man? All right. Wallet 15 plus personal physical resistance. Make contact with the opponent. Pauses personal breach. Okay, so got to remember that. The breach is pretty huge. Which if I remember what breach does, breach is it will break through a regular block, but when we're on attack, fighting one, we can still well time block it. If I remember correctly. We are going to fight one. Where's the pause? When Rhino inflicts a debuff, a struck or blocks, he gains. Okay. Where's the pause? There was a pause, wasn't there? I remember there was a pause. Am I insane? There was a pause, right? What's up, Soheed? Can you all remind me there was a pause, right? The Furies are refreshed when Rhino starts. The Furies are paused while Rhino... Oh, it's only the Furies. Well, no, wasn't there a way to pause your debuffs? What's up, Sync? Yeah, I could have swore there was a pause. Why can't I find it? This is like when a kit's so new. While at 15 personal physical making contact with the opponent, pauses breach. There it is. Okay, so we want to really build those up. How do we build them again? Any debuff? So, but at some point, this is what I was saying, guys, is like, I really think this is a champion that in a couple, you know, I don't know, it's going to take something. I think that there is a ceiling to playing him that you're not going to hit on day one unless you just spent like hours and hours and hours on it. And like, you know, really wanted to find it. Like not for nothing, but like this is the Normax who was in here a little bit ago. I can't think of some of the other channels, but there's channels like this that they're just fantastic for, hey, this champion that's like, you know, in Vega's 3rd tier, that's obviously not what they say, but they could do some really cool stuff. Like, check this out, you know? I wanna check this out again. He is a worse version of Adam Warlock. I think that's fair. See, like, the stacking of these debuffs, I keep forgetting that, like this. You see how we're getting them? Yeah, this is feeling so much more smooth. Okay, this is actually feeling good now. Okay, he needs to throw that soon, though. He did. Throw it. Like, did you, obviously you guys did see it. Hopefully you're watching. Okay, if we had this champion ranked up, that with the combat power rate as it should be, that finishes. I kind of like him. I think part of why I like him though is because I went in with really low expectations. I went in with very low expectations. Can you use himself to parry heavy attacks and say, see, that's what I'm also wondering too, Pablito. Like, there was a thing there where I was diving in and Deadpool kept backstepping me. And then I just did a quick dash back and that allowed me to dash forward again. And it seemed like maybe the unstoppable was still there. I don't know. There was a lot I was trying to pay attention to because I'm like, oh, I'm cooked. Like Deadpool's going to come in and destroy me. But due to character animations or maybe still unstoppable, Rhino handled it just fine, which was kind of surprising. Strider, that makes me laugh. I can't read that out, or I'm not going to read it out loud, but that did make me laugh. Hey, what's up, TC? TC, me with Mordo, and now Dr. Voodoo, basically. You know what? I went too far back in the chat, so I don't understand the joke you're making, but I'm sure it's funny. He also might be a solid starting channel with the Breach. Yeah, when they repeatedly dex the medium, that is some straight Adam world nonsense. Might not be wrong. Rhino, OG, and Jugs Wannabe. I'm feeling that, man. Get a little Spice Girl song going. It's like, what? Why? I'll see the new character. The model, not bad. It looks really weird on the champion screen. He looks like tiny. And then in the profile picture, he's got like this little tiny head. I know that in the... Okay, see, like right there, you can't do that. You got to make sure you got your stuff going. See, this is bad. Although, he's a tanky boy, and that helped me get ramped. That was kind of cool. Yeah, the unstoppable lasts long enough for you to... That's interesting. I want to see this. Yeah, I was wondering about that. I'm not saying it's like a new game-breaking mechanic, but that was kind of cool. I think there might be a little bit more to this rhinoceros than initially meets the eye. I can kind of tell from, honestly, the designer write-up. It's pretty cheeky, pretty clever. And it felt like one of those kits that was going to have some things that aren't just, they're not immediately obvious. They're not immediately obvious. Did you guys see what that was? Morbin time? That's what I'm wondering about, Chop. Does he have a clause? He's got all those physical resistances. I'm spec'd into Inequity. Did he have another clause about damage during Unstoppable or something like that? As far as a clause about reduced damage being taken. Remember, he gains critical resistance equal to 50% of his physical resistances. You're stacking those physical resistances. Plus, you've got taunt, which is lowering the attack. Is that only by 5%? Do we know when Rhino dashes forward, he inflicts a non-stacking 5% taunt. So we're saying the taunt, but is it 5%? It's got to be 5% attack rating decrease. It's the special attack has got to still be 70. There's no way it's 5. It felt too good for it to only be 5. He can't count in the... Yeah. Player note, I want to be clear too. And I don't want to keep saying it over and over because I think it gets annoying. I do... The excitement you're hearing in my voice is more like, this is fun. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy like exploring a champion. He's better than I thought he was going to be. I'm not saying like, it's him or Spider-Woman. I don't know. You guys decide. Him, Human Torch, they're both nukes. That's not what I'm saying, okay? I just am like, I mean it. Like, if you're on my tier list, mine, you know, the Illuminati, some of them are here right now, like Simula right there, like, we don't rank the bad champions. If you're in the 3rd tier, you're doing stuff. And I'm feeling 3rd tier right now. Like, that's not how I rank them. I would do scores. on the categories that we bake, but like, you know, one of them would be flow. How much can a defender or node or an AI just ruin what he's trying to do? He does seem semi-flow dependent because you need to keep your stuff going. That being said, with that unstoppable, he kind of can just keep it going, especially if you can unstoppable through specials. You know, his kit, the damage isn't the best, okay? It's not the best, but when it got going, it wasn't bad. He's got the trauma, he's got the taunt. Dude, anything that can help you get defenders to throw their specials, it's just insanely valuable. Taunt has been valuable since the day it came into the game. So I'm thinking at least a 3, maybe a 4. Meta, I think, is where he gets hit. Because to the point of like, you know, he's not... Well, see, here's what's interesting, right? And I don't want to delay this too much. But Mystic, the big bad Mystic defenders, what are they right now? Like, I mean, Nico's kind of, she's asking for very specific things. You know, I'm probably forgetting someone. You guys remind me. I'd have to pull up the Battlegrounds tier list. I just put that up on Twitter today. I want to do one more run with him very quickly. And then we will move on to the dedicated Q&A because I think we're at that time already somehow. Who's great for Nico? Yeah, you're not the real Barrow, man. But you are still probably a person, and so you deserve respect. Who's great for Nico? You're going to want poison immunity. Could be really, really helpful. I know it seems like buff immunity would be great for her, but it's that old issue of like, at least I believe it is, of like how neutralize and buff immunity don't interact how you initially think they're going to. So I think, you know, you can also play around it. She starts fights as a defender with her buff immunity on you. So you can take your time, but in Battlegrounds, time is of the essence. And so she puts those poison immunities on you. Just don't try to use a cosmic poison immune. I've seen people try that against me in Battlegrounds. You're typically going to get buffs from your cosmic champions. And also she has a clause that I think is against cosmic champions. If they're immune to poison, she applies acid burn instead or something like that. So it just makes it worse. Penny Parker is great for Nico. There you go. She's poison and incinerate immune, I think. It would be funny if he took no damage once. So I want to be clear. I don't even think this is like a second tier offensive champion. And that profile picture's got to go. I'm sorry. Art team usually doesn't miss, but this is not one of their big hits, in my opinion. So right there. He's kind of fun too. For what it's worth. These special attacks are doing like nothing to him. I don't know, guys. That feels pretty good. Test on defense. Yeah, you know what, Strider? That's a good call. I'll do this one other fight. Then we'll try to like do some duels against him. Again, we're just trying to get a rough idea on like what he can do. Some initial scores for the tier list. Send this over to the Illuminati, get their thoughts. And then, of course, this is why, you know, we take our time with this stuff. Tier lists tend to come out towards the back half of the month or the very end of the month. Is, you know, someone's going to take him, spend hours having fun playing him. Maybe someone uses him in war, you know, all of a sudden someone like Andrew the Rough or Barrows like, hey, look what he does in Battlegrounds, you know. So we want to reflect that stuff. Oh, that's my fault. I lost. Well, you gain them back, so... feel like the theories aren't as important to keep going as the physical vulnerabilities, because you can get the theories back so fast. This is also just outrageously fun. Well, you know, I guess it's It's not fun when you use your unstoppable and it goes on cooldown. But it is fun. I don't think we're going to be able to finish this. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think this is the best champion in the game, but I think he's very far from the worst. He's definitely going to be on the tier list. He's definitely going to be on the tier list. Thank you, by the way, always banner. Yeah, that's probably pretty smart with Nico. She's so good offensively, right? For so many of the big cosmic, big bad defenders. So just don't deal with her in general. What are your guys' thoughts on him so far? Like what you're seeing, better than you thought? All right, and let's go 40% duels. Let's test them on defense, and then I promise we will do the Q&A, and then I'm gonna play the game. I got so much August content to do. Rhino time is crazy. Sammy's a fan. We're gonna get a review video, Sammy. We gonna get a review video, man? Or you already have one up, maybe? Let us know. All right, where is Rhino? Where is Rhino? Wait, Rhino Legacy? What's that all about? That's weird. That's weird. Where are you, buddy? All right, who do you guys want to see first? We're going to be limited by the rank and rarity here. You know, Chi would, like, you would think Chi would. And you know what else I just realized? We did all that testing with no relic. I don't think any relic's gonna like make him pop off, but like most champions, the ability to use the relic opening, I think is going to be really good. This is they did Chi dirty here, guys. This is nonsense. This is upsetting. As a Chi enthusiast, this is very upsetting. Why, dude? Why? Like, why? She's got the grit. Like, what did Chi do wrong? What did Chi do to piss you off? I don't like that. I don't like that. Hey, what's up, Moxie? Thanks for coming back, bud. Spider, let's try monkey. Okay. Legacy must be for both. Yeah, my guess would be that it's just some sort of weird, coding's not the right word, but they've done that in quests where they leave, like Rhino in, what's it called? Abyss of Legends, or no, I always get it wrong, dude. Sanctum of Legends, the first of Legends. He's probably listed as a legacy champion there. Meaning they didn't change the kit. Why it's listed as an actual champion. Oh wait, wasn't it? Didn't you get 4-star Rhino for Abyss of Legends? Wasn't that a reward? So maybe they only buffed like the 6-star and 7-star. No, this is saying available as a 6-star. I have no clue. It will remain a mystery. I really don't like what they did to Chioth. I probably don't even have 5-star Patriot. Oh, no, I do. Okay. Are we going to see a Battle Realm vlog? Let me know. What is it? Oh, okay. I've already forgotten how to play Patriot, so that's good. If I remember correctly, it was just throw the SB1s over and over. Yeah, I will be there. I am pumped up to be there. If anyone goes, come say hi to me, dude. I've been told by many people that they were a little scared to say hello to me. I don't know if Patriot is the answer here, guys. And I don't just mean like at various battle and brawls or anything. I mean at like in real life, or not real life. You guys know what I mean. People said they thought I'd be a jerk. I'd like to think that I am not. So please come say hello. And yeah, and he's got all this physical resistance, and I think Patriot's damage is also physical. Who's gonna be good for him? I think Monkey is a good shout. Let's try that. Because the longer the fight goes, the more his threats come online. And if you guys want to see a vlog, we'll do something, or I can do like a capture video. This is kind of my internal debate that I constantly have is, like, you know, like I said, I took a social media break and just totally nuked my Twitter account, which I shouldn't have done in hindsight. Is the idea of like fully embracing that I am a content creator, which is difficult because, you know, I find myself wanting to like enjoy the thing and not see it through a camera. Like I want to enjoy the fest. I want to enjoy hanging out with you. I want to enjoy saying hello to you all. And I feel like if I'm constantly like, okay, now say hi to the camera, or can you guys stand this way? Or, you know, I do a vlog or whatever. I need to get better at, and I want to get better at doing that, like maybe before I enter, maybe with people who I think will be comfortable with being on the vlog, and then hitting end and then uploading later and then enjoying the event. Like trying to do both at the same time, I just can't do. Like I just am not good at it. True damage, imagery damage, burst, ignore his resistances. So we're at like the Black Widows then? I'm remember he reduces bleed ability accuracy by 75%. And a champion like Mr. Knight, I think with his kit is going to prevent the debuffs from getting on you at all. What about Elsa? You need a personal assistant from the camera. Yeah, Old Man Easy. So Old Man Easy, that's right. You tell me, dude. Like, you remember we did the meetup, right? And that would have been a perfect time to, okay, missing parries isn't helping. That would have been a perfect time to like really record stuff, let people know what it's like. You know, I just, you know, we're sitting there, we're having beers, we're hanging out, and I don't know, just, dude, this Unstoppable is gonna be a problem. Like the thing that made the Unstoppable fun on offense is gonna be an issue. Also, see, like right there, dude, there might need to be a how to fight Rhino video in our future. We'll do one more, and then I'll move on to the Q&A while I kind of sit here on this. And we'll talk about like what you guys would score. I'm curious. Obviously, you guys don't have all the information as far as the relative scores, but I'm curious what you guys think. Actually, so he's the highest ranked of all of them, so it's kind of not going to be a fair test. That Unstoppable lasts so long. I had thought the strategy would be to step back Rhino. The Unstoppable lasts so long. Yeah, this isn't a fair test. Dude. I want to see the step back. Yeah, the unstoppable stopped too long. Okay, I'm pretty sure I know who did this design. That's funny. I would bet a lot of money I know who did this champ design. Very clever, very clever. Yeah. I think this is going to be a tougher defender, guys. I think you're going to want to be aware of it. So, Old Man Easy, here's the problem, dude, is with Chi, because everything shouted to me Chi as well. He reduces ability accuracy of bleeds by 75%. Sammy, going to try to make it to Summer's Fest for the first time this year. Dude, awesome. I really enjoyed the first. Let me try one more, and then we'll move this over to Q&A and kind of hang out a little bit, and then the content, finishing up August content. But I want to, if I forget that and you're still here, dude, would you bring that up again? Because I have, as much as I enjoyed the first Battle Room Brawl, I think I have much higher hopes for this one. For a variety of reasons. I mean, even Kate, like, you could hope to nuke him down with the cold snap, but then you got to start worrying about his debuff. We saw what he's doing to. I wonder if her evade stun, because Elsa doesn't have the stun. I wonder if that. But I mean, I don't want to test because she's 6-star locked. I don't think she's coming to 7-star soon, so I don't want to do that to people. Allison Edits might show something with Ronin. Moondragon? Isn't Moondragon energy damage? I don't know how to play her. She, ooh, what about Black Cat? Doesn't she do something? I'm curious about this. No, because she wants to intercept. The spacing's bad for the heavy. Okay, for a stand-up intercept. All right, let's bait this. He goes unstoppable. It waits a long time, so you can't punish without turning off the unstoppable. Dude, that unstoppable is a menace. Yeah, and her ability accuracy is defensive, so when he's getting off. Dude, are you guys thinking of something? I am not. Moondragon needs to intercept. Black Cat heavy bait. Yeah, but Shang-Chi with the slow. Yeah, Shang has the cleanses to keep the debuffs off. And he's got this it's called a slow, right? And he doesn't rely on bleed. Will he cut through the physical resistance? This is honestly something that I almost always need to check in with people. Like, I don't remember what cuts through what. Mantis needs to intercept. She has no slow, so she can't. Valkyrie. I don't know, guys. It's tough for me to know. That felt like a lot of damage considering the PI differences between these two champions. Why did this? Okay. Yeah, I think Shang's probably pretty good. Okay. We're gonna do a little. We'll do a little Q&A. Monkey might nuke him with the orange passive. Yeah, cuts through all those resistances, right? His ability accuracy reduction is defensive, I believe. It's not a general one. And the reason why I keep bringing that up is Rhino's unstoppable is based on when he's doing the movements. So a defensive ability accuracy reduction will do nothing on that. For his unstoppable. Where is Monkey's? He has a disorient, doesn't he? Ignore the opponent's armor and resistances. Good call on Monkey. 100% superior, one of each stun and damage over time. Okay, light hits have twins. Disorient the opponent, decreasing their block proficiency and defensive ability accuracy. Yeah. That doesn't mean he won't be good. And to your point, might be able to nuke down Rhinos in like competitive form, like War, Battleground, smaller health pool opponents before like the threats can really get online. Because that's part of it is the time that the threats come online. I'll like need to wait for him to be on the CCP, rank up to 7-star to really get an idea on this one, in my opinion. Zemo, you think Zemo might be able to do it? Here's the thing, Crazy Canuck, isn't Zemo's big furies when the opponent's immune to bleed? Rhino's not immune to bleed. This is Rhino's very cleverly done. Very cleverly done, in my opinion. Rhino's not immune to bleed. He reduces the ability accuracy of bleeds by 75%. Stable's disorient is very strong and can remove DS when crossing her minds. And she's shock. Yeah, good call. She inflicts a shock, which Rhino, his as we're saying, it's physical resistance. It's obviously not going to hurt shock. Every time non-stacking 40% disorient. Still defensive ability accuracy, but I think this is, at least from a damage standpoint, a good idea. I do think Shang was probably good. It just was, I think I missed an input there, that was me. I'm not trying to blame the game. And the duels at some point get tough to really gauge how fast this. I wonder how Luma would do. Shoot, I don't have I just want to see what happens when Luma does the evade. I know not a lot of people have Luma tricks, so I just want to check this out very quickly. Where's my Rhino? Where's Luma? I don't think I have lower than the 6-star rarity. I don't think that even exists in the game. Looks like I don't even have the 6-star. It doesn't matter. I just want to see what happens when Luma's evade is triggered. And I'm not going with Okoye because remember she relies on so the threats aren't building though. This is see, the unstoppable lasts a long time. That unstoppable, again, I don't think this is like I'm not saying this is the next like Zola or something. That is not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is I think this guy's going to be a little tricky. We're gonna want to be prepared for it. And do you guys have any thoughts on this? Valkyrie should be interesting. Most options are outside the skill class. Luma might be one of the more opportunities for opening. Zemo would suffer because of the bleed ability. Yeah, that's what I was saying about Zemo's. I don't think Zemo's gonna be it. It looks like there is a deep dive maybe out on Rhino. So if you're looking for more Rhino information right now, definitely check that. All right, we're gonna transition over to dedicated Q&A. We're gonna do this for I'd say at least 10 minutes. But if there's no questions, we'll just jump into The gameplay, we're at 1-0, basically 105, 45, Q and A. I did say we'd do it. Dust, Beta Ray Bill. Yeah, those do make sense, right? Because of the, they have the grit. Interesting. Dust's damage is physical, though. So I'm curious how that does. Beta Ray Bill, great call. Oh, man, he's not a shock. What's up, B? How you doing? All right, so we're going to move on to the Twitter question. Like I said, I'll admit, guys, I am trying to grow my Twitter audience again. I stupidly nuked it when I was frustrated and went on a social media break. So lesson learned for me. So I'm trying to regrow it again. I don't remember how big it had gotten. I think it was either 3 or 5 or 7,000, some odd number in the thousands. I truly don't remember which. So if you could go and refollow, I'd appreciate it. And I'm going to be active on there. You're going to see some positive changes continuing out of this channel, out of my channel, Positive Evolutions. One is going to be is more me being active because, one of the things I'll just say it is, one of the things that happened is, sometimes you're like, dude, why didn't you make a video on this? Why didn't you make this video? And I'm like, I have a full-time job. I have a full-time family. I am heavily wanting to be invested in time with my kids and my wife. I love them. They're by far the most important people in the world to me. And of course, I need to do my job. I love my job. I'm grateful for my job. And I love this too. I love a lot of things. But this is always going to take a backseat to my family and my career. And so I have to be very efficient, I think is the word, with the videos I make. And the more this is going well, the more fun I'm having it, the more I can say, okay, I'm going to do this channel instead of some other side project I'm doing. Because I like to do stuff. I think you guys can tell. I like to grow things. I like to build things. I like to do things and side projects and whatever. And so I'm going to try to tweet. I'm going to try to treat Twitter as a place for, when there's connection issues, when there's a new event, or when I think the rewards for this are good or bad. And I'm going to try to tweet it. So you guys know what I'm thinking. We can kind of discuss or whatever as much as that's possible on Twitter. Instead of me making a standalone video, taking all the time to do that I know it's not going to perform well. They don't perform well, at least not for my channel. And just do that so that we can all gripe together or celebrate together, whatever it is, because both of those happen with this game. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at this question from AJ. AJ, huge thank you for asking the question, man. More so a question, if you can, to do a comparison video, a StatCast relics and the old relics, if any take over as being top options for champs. Absolutely. That is fully what I intend to do. Myself and the Spreadsheet Wizards, who are in the Illuminati, just to be clear, they're a portion of it, and they are the ones who created the spreadsheet. Literally, they come to me with would you also like this option spreadsheet? I'm like, okay, if you guys can do it, that's insane. That's our intention. What we need to do is really be able to wrap our head around this new StatCast relics. We're positive, or very confident, and nothing has made me change my mind on this, that are Battlecast relics, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at that. I'm going to move this question down. It's a great question. And if anyone asks a question on Twitter, I will be grateful and let me know, because I'll bring it back up. But what I want to do is show the difference between these things and kind of give you an example of what I'm talking about and why we did get out a tier list update for relics, okay? Right days before the StatCast came out. And we can use Thor. Thor's a good one. Another great one would be Hulkbuster. Another great one would be a Sentinel in a way, although Sentinel is not as transformative. Okay, and there's another one. I just can't think of what. Venom. Venom would be the other one. If I've missed one, you guys let me know. A lot of smart people in the chat. They'll shout it out. So these Battlecast relics, okay? One of the reasons Kabam stopped making them, and I do think they've explicitly said it. If they haven't, I'll say it for them. These are too OP, basically, because they're so nuanced, and they can increase what a whole class or what a single champion is doing to outrageous numbers, to where Guardian and Venom are back. Are they the best champion in their class? They're not, but the things they can sometimes do, because the relics are enhancing them and their ability sets so immensely, that I think for a Kabam standpoint, or us as players too, it's holy, we want more of those. Kabam's hold on, we didn't maybe intend that. And here's an example, okay? This is the Thor relic. The last hit grants an aptitude buff, increasing the potency of Fury, armor up, and precisions. It's oh, that's pretty good. Okay, I like that, right? Where is it? I don't always remember where it is on the relic. The first time in aptitude, blah, 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 yada, yada, lots of yada, yadas, lots of, you're going to gain an intensify buff, increase the potency of future buffs, right? So anytime there's champions with Furies, this is why I have it on champions who are gaining those Furies. Where is it, dude? There it is. Okay, the first slot, gaining a Fury buff grants a non-stacking Vigor passive, increasing all damage this champion deals to the opponent by 4.51%. So your Furies are getting stronger, your buffs are getting stronger, and just for having Furies, all of your damage is being increased. And just to be abundantly clear, this is only on a rank 3 6-star Thor relic. Will we ever see 7 stars? I would bet probably no. And this is why. And so we will continue to rank these champions. Adamantium put out a video. Adamantium's one of the spreadsheet wizards in the Illuminati. Put out a great video. If you like Gentle, you're going to want to see this video. If one of the moderators can link that in the chat, I would appreciate it. And if you don't like Gentle, but you have Gentle and you're like, Gentle sucks, watch this video. You might feel a lot better. You might even consider ranking him up. And there is a Battlecast relic that is enhancing it significantly. Adamantium figured it out like about a month ago, actually, maybe even longer, and started showing that. And it really does make a big difference. And I will admit, I didn't see it. I did not see it at all. And he started showing me the results. I was like, holy crap, that's pretty impressive. So now the StatCast relics, right, are more of this sort. And there will be some scenarios, like there is some conversation, I see it on my Discord server, about is, I think it's the Prowler relic better for Prowler than the Sentinel. And I think as those start to grow, in essence, as we're able to rank up the relics higher, and when you get like the 7-star Prowler relic and these sorts of things, it might really start to become a question. Right now, I still prefer the 6-star Sentinel relic because it allows you to pause the Incinerate. Getting up the Incinerate with Prowler can be tough enough if you aren't like super proficient with him. But that's where I think this starts to really become a question. And then you have champions like this, like Gallon. My current thought is that there's no battle cast relic that's great for Gallon. But if you can do something like this, right? Primary attribute armor is going up, so that's good. I'm not saying this is like some game breaker for Gallon, but I don't think these are supposed to be. So that's kind of one of those situations. As we can wrap our heads around this better, we will definitely be getting out videos. It'll be part of the tier list or maybe even a whole separate video. Thank you, TC, for linking that. Seriously, if you guys have thoughts on Gentle, whether you love him and you want to get better at him or whether you hate him but you've got him, I highly recommend that. And then people, I can see the views. People have really been enjoying my Cole Obsidian videos of late. I told you guys I went on those long work trip and a long vacation. If a champion caught my interest, I would make the time to make the video. I literally made it in the airport, uploaded it on the runway, and because he's so ridiculous. And I am running this. His block proficiency, I'm not saying it's great to begin with, but heck, this can help him. He does not need damage. He's going to be A-okay. He's okay in the damage department. He's got the true accuracy, so he's got utility. And so I think this is another example of, cool, my champions with their Furies, gain those Furies, I'm going to use that Thor relic. My Cosmic champions that maybe don't have Furies or the Furies come up later, like Cole or something like that, I'm going to go with stuff like this, kind of balance them out. So I hope that answered the question pretty well. I will refresh the old Twitters to see if there's any other questions? None so far? Rome was not built in a day. And we're building Rome on Twitter. Yeah, that's how it's going to go. I've recently learned Sentinel can be transformative, Hulkbuster light, but for Incinerate champions. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. The Hulkbuster one itself, dude, is just what it does for Guardian is I absolutely love it because I love Guardian. And you don't need the 6-star. I do because I just love Guardian. So I'm a big believer in like put your resources into the champions you love and they're doing great things with them. Like go all in. It's a game. Have fun. I also think that's smart often in as a starting point for life. But also, you could use the 5-star relic and you still get a really good benefit. And you can see, I'm pulling it up right here so people on the screen can see. I've talked about this in a lot of videos, so I think you guys know. Did I see the Symbioids and Sentinels? Not yet. Let's go to that. But what I want to say first is the Summoners Fest. I will be there. I'm barring some crazy thing coming up where I can't go, I am totally scheduled in. It's in my calendar. My wife knows, my family knows, my work knows. So we're going to have fun with that. I will be there. Please come say hello to me. I might even come just say hello to you. That's how I am. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We hit the milestone, so I'm not doing the bar tab, but I might still, put out on Twitter something like, hey, I'm going to be at this bar or this restaurant. Come say hello if there's any downtime. Part of why, and I like to, it's always hard. It's always difficult to, when comparing things, it's easy to like put down the one that's not as good. And I try to stay away from that because I do think the first Battle Realm Brawl was good. I think it really was, especially for a first go and stuff like that. I think that the people who are putting on this Summoners Fest, they're just, the way they're approaching it, I have incredibly high hopes for it. I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be fun for us as people who enjoy and play the game. I think they have done a good job from what I have seen of saying, we also enjoy the game. What is it that we now know, because we're behind the scenes and making the game, that if we were players and didn't know that, we would want to see and experience? And I think they've put themselves in those shoes. And that's the best way. I'm going to start phrasing it this way because it makes sense. Is I think the first one was, hey, let's put on a cool thing. And it was like pretty cool. And I think this is, hey, let's put ourselves in the shoes of people we're asking to come up here or we're inviting into our home. What do we think they would want to do and see? And because these people know the game really well and they played the game for so long and they know they are players or they Mike still is, of course. I think they're able to really be like, dude, this will be cool. I think people are going to like this. And they've really dove into that. And I think that shines through on a ton of stuff they do. But I think it's really going to come through on the Summoners Fest. So if you get a chance to go. You guys let me know as we continue to get closer to it what you would want to see in a vlog or those sorts of things, because I want to do that. I think it'll be fun. What was the other question? The question was, did you see the sim? No, I do. Let's take a look at these. Are they in a class or how do we see them? Are they 7 stars? What is this? Let's see here. Anti-venom. Oh, which reminds me, we're going to have a poll here in a few minutes. I'm going to need you all. Dude, Silver Samurai, the guy. There's no way. I mean, I loved the Moon Knight TV show. I'm actually wearing the Moon Knight inspired shirt today that we sold. I loved the show. I loved Mr. Knight. I was all about voting for Mr. Knight. How the hell is Mr. Knight not the coolest looking champion in the month? Like, it's like a band was like, we're saving Silver Samurai for the month Mr. Knight comes out. Because I like, how did this happen? This is one of the coolest looking champions ever. Like, whatever. Okay, I got to move on because as we all know, he's going to be on sale soon. I don't think I'm going to participate. I am going to live stream it. I will be live analyzing it with and for you. So make sure you tune in for that. But I'll see what's available. I don't know. Where are we looking? I don't see you guys tell me what star these are. The Doom bots. They are 2-star. Thank you. I like all the stuff Kabam's doing with the 2 stars. I love the mini Crucible. Absolutely loved it. I hope Kabam continues to do that. They got to find a way to get us the rank up materials for the 2 stars though. So Kabam, if you could do that, please. You know my number. Give me a call. What is this? Anti-Venomoid? What is all this? This is cool. I don't know. Hopefully that's for some like fun, like a actually fun side quest or something like that that they've got coming up soon. That'd be really cool. Like Venomoids, and they look fun. That's off to a much better start. So I'm a believer in that, man. When you first start off, no, I'm not even going to make the joke because people might take me seriously. Was there anything else? That was pretty cool. And hopefully it is for like a fun side quest or something. Sentinel bots. Yeah, that also looks cool. I have no idea what they're for. Like literally none. The symbioids. Yeah, that looks cool. Sinking Villain Saga. Yeah, I'm all for it. I've had a couple messages come through. I need to. My birthday is coming up. Might do a birthday stream on Friday. Thursday will be Silver Samurai sale. And then on Friday, which is when I typically stream anyways, it's actually my birthday. So it might be fun to do a birthday stream. We could do that. I've had fun with that before. All right, so all that is fine. There was something else here in the chat before we start playing the game again. Old Man Easy. Yeah, Old Man Easy in one sentence wrote what it took me 20 minutes to say. StatCast are great for champions that do not have a good Battlecast pairing. Yes. Mr. Knight appears to have a lot of utilities. I just hope they are part of his natural gameplay flow. That's my concern with him. But I think my hope, and it might be motivated thinking, is that it's going to be similar to, he's one of these champions like we just saw with Rhino. Rhino's obviously much more simple, okay? But that Mr. Knight might have one of those ones where like, oh, you start to play him, you're like, okay, this is cool. All right, I'm kind of getting it. And then there's a bunch of like aha moments. And I do think that's probably coming. I'm just not going to bet on it yet because reading his kit it's a lot, man. Like, look at this. We're just now at the special one, and I've scrolled through like 4 or 5 times. What I'll say on him is, 1, I'll obviously be getting out a video on it. Make sure you watch that. And 2 is read the dev notes. The developer did a great job on the dev notes, in my opinion, of explaining like what you kind of want to be doing and things like that. I always love when they do that. Thank you, Snoops. I appreciate it. What's up, dude? Thanks for being here. All the blocking debate heavies and all the lights looks like his rotation is difficult. I know. And then the whole like you don't have any control over the moon phases. That it's on the left hand side of the screen. That's why I did this. That concerns me a little bit too. But I want to see how maybe it's not going to be as tough as I think. Brandon's super excited from Mr. Knight's utility. All right, cool. I mean, I hope so too. Vega, I know you talked about prestige on the podcast. Did you want? Oh, thank you, Pablito. So yeah, and then I think we will jump into this. I just want to remind everyone, and guys, I understand sometimes, especially on the internet, but in real life too, it happens. Someone, you'll be like, dude, I'm having a shitty day. Like I left my coat at home and it's raining and it's just rained all over me. And then it just sucks. And then someone's like, should have brought an umbrella, dude. And it's just like, you know what, man, F you, right? I want to be abundantly clear. I'm not the guy saying you should have brought an umbrella. I hate that. It's not me. Okay. So when I say this, I'm saying it not as an I told you so, more as in like, dude, the pool is warm. Come on, man. Like, get out of that cold shower, man. I don't know why you're doing that, man. You don't have to. Come over here. I even formed my own alliance because this is how I wanted to play the game. I'm having an absolute blast with it. All of the ups and downs, all of the like prestige and the new prestige king and the new prestige queen and how many 6 stones are available for sale or for free to play. Like, I don't deal with any of that, man. I just don't. Once I got out of that, I was so much happier, just so much smoother with this game. And I know Kabam's probably like, could you tell him maybe to buy some 6 stones? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm big on if you're enjoying it and if it fits within your budget, dude, spend some money. If that's what you want to do and if it fits within your real life budget, do it. No one feels shitty buying golf clubs, right? Like, I have all kinds of hobbies. I don't feel bad spending money on them. So I'm not going to yuck your yum either. Obviously, I spend on this game part of it. A lot of it's for YouTube these days, but I do enjoy it and I'm enhancing my fun. Prestige is like the gateway and the end, in my opinion, to not having fun in this game. Because you live and die with all this crap. And it sucks. And it's totally made up. And I get why Kabam has it in the game. I don't begrudge them for needing to make money. I do not. And for wanting to make money. I do not begrudge them that at all. But I'm telling you, all of my viewers, unless you just love prestige or you're in an alliance, it's like, it's cool that you have low prestige. Seriously, examine the way you're playing and move out of it. And so like I meant it. I wrote it on my Discord. I wrote it on Twitter today, trying to be helpful. Is like, I look at this and I'm like, I have no idea if my prestige went up, down, sideways, it's backwards now. I have no idea because I don't give a shit. Like, I just don't. And I just removed it from the list of things I possibly care about. And I'm actually going to tell you, I don't know if he'd be okay with me telling you. I got recommended this great book by a fellow YouTuber, a fellow MCoC YouTuber, and he actually recommended it to me. It's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving an FUCK. and the book gets a little crass, and it is kind of like it's kind of like modern day Buddhism and stuff. It's interesting. I'm not saying like go read it and do all of it. I'm just saying like one of the big takeaways for me, this was like 5 years ago, and I've just put it more and more into my life, is like I'm gonna decide whose opinion really matters to me, and that's my wife and my kids. And after that, man, I'm just gonna do me, and if people don't like it, that's fine. And like I've applied the like I'm not going to allow MCoC and prestige to dictate whether I'm having a great day or not. And so just like, don't do it, guys. Just don't do it. I'm sorry if your prestige went down. I know it sucks if you've been working on it and you were ranked up top 5 and all of a sudden now it's top 30 and your prestige just went down and your alliance is like, but we need to be in the top 20. Screw those guys, man. Find a new alliance. But it still sucks to be there. And I get that. And I'm sorry. All right, let's play the game. Let's play the game. Let's play the game. Oh, we're going to do a poll here. Ooh. The crowd goes wild. I believe, actually, I should make sure first before I get us all excited. Okay, I've got 2 of these like fire skull things. Okay, I did not realize this, but I was doing the arena event. You get one from the arena event too, which means I'll have 3. I'll be able to go in. I should really. This is all happening live, right in front of your very eyes. Isn't that amazing? Out of one of the 89 stores, I believe it is the Rebirth store. I said I was going to spend on the event. I am not. We will not be buying those. Where do I turn in my tokens? Okay, so I believe I will be able to get another Rebirth champion. As it stands right now, I do not have Viv and I do not have anti-vision. Man, I mumbled the hell out of vision. I don't know why that word was hard to say all of a sudden. I don't have people are like, did he just have a stroke? Okay, so there's anti-venom, anti-vision. What the heck am I talking about? Do I have Viv Vision? Where is she? Oh no, I'm on science. Science, dude. Stay off the alcohol while you're at it. Okay, so I don't have either of them. I do have voodoo though. So you guys are gonna pick for me. Whatever you guys decide, I will do. So do I select, or who to select? Or is it whom? Who cares? The point of language is to communicate. Anti-venom. Viv. Awaken. Voodoo. I'm writing the notes. Great question, Pablito. Thank you. You all can make informed. There. So who to select? Anti-venom. Don't like but have. Viv. Don't have and not good. Or awaken voodoo. You guys decide. We're gonna finish up the arena here. It'll just take a couple of minutes. So 1:29:20 timestamps. Poll and rebirth. Yeah, I don't have 6 stones or anything like that to be putting into the champions. You know, in the past, I believe the like reunion and all that champions, whatever this event's kind of modeled after a little bit, I believe those champions went into the basic crystal relatively soon. Kabam themselves has told us, look, just because we did something once or twice doesn't mean we're going to do it exactly again. I do think that's fair. So I'm not going to like bank on the idea that these champions will be in the base crystal in December, or I don't know. I don't know. But, we can kind of read the tea leaves, which I enjoy doing. And these champions were in were in the crystal relatively quickly before. That being said, I feel like this year's versions of the champions are quite a bit stronger than they were in the past. That's off the top of my head. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. So we'll see. I don't think any of them are necessary. There's a lot of reasons. Like, I'm not spending on this. Of course, I spend on the game. I tend to go big on the big sales. But I'm not going to be spending on this. So it's not like out of nowhere I'm going to get more Sig Stones or anything like that. Cole has been taken to Sig 200 because I love him. And you got to take care of those that you love. If you're not taking care of those you love, what are you even doing? So I'm Cole. You guys are seeing it. I see the short taken off. I've got 2 more Cole shorts that like are pretty insane. I think only one of them's been in a video so far. And the video, the initial Cole video, went way above, I believe, the amount of likes I said that I would need to know that you guys wanted to see a recoil showcase. So that will be coming soon. I'd say in the next couple of weeks here. What's up, Kazuri? Thanks for being here, man. Give us a little sneak peek of the new daily events. I don't think they're up yet, unfortunately. I had wanted to do the new daily quests too today. I don't think they go up. I realized when I sat down to really go over the format of today's stream, I realized they don't go live till I think the 8th, unfortunately. We still testing Rhino or what? I'm on a break. We are done, Mr. V. No, we will never test him again. He's dead to us. No, he's actually better than I thought he was going to be. He's not like the best science champion in the game, but he's better than I thought he was going to be, for sure. And he's actually really fun to play. I think he, okay, I got to do one more arena. I think people are going to enjoy him. I really do. And not just like new players. I do think defensively, he might be a bit of he might be someone you need to be aware of. Like, no joke. We'll see how that plays out. I think it's going to take more time and kind of like getting him into the game, you know, to see. I right now see a 3rd tier champion on the general tier list. I think like a simple to use 3rd tier champion might be 4th tier, but you know, the 4th tier is still good. We'll see what his BG score is as far as like how good he is defensively. Because that could knock him up a tier alone. Like if he's like a 9 defender or something like that, that could knock him up. I don't currently see a defender in the Mystic class or just in general that he seems like really great for. So his meta score might be what holds him back. Which is part of why we have the meta score. Say my time. Yes. Yes, Gabe. Yes. Yes. You've made it this far. Save it. You do not want Red Hulk coming in and ruining it. You just don't. You don't want that, man. And I realize the chances of Red Hulk is only 1 in 24, but why not make that 0 out of 24? You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely wait. And I will be. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do it live, but I will be opening. I have quite a stash saved up, so I'll have an opening the day it goes live, and I'll get out a review video like I did for the last Titan update too, just so everyone kind of knows. What's up, Sliced Bread? Just getting here. What's going on, man? Is there a Battlecast Echoes Prestige list? I do not have one. I do not have one, and I'm not aware of one. So yeah, really helpful guy, huh? Nope, don't have one. Don't know where one is. Not sure one exists. Sorry about that. You might want to check Khonshu's Ankh. I don't know if they've got one. It's a great site though. It's the site that you when I'm not in game and I'm talking about champions, it's almost always the site I'm on. And so many people started asking like what it is. I started intentionally leaving the name live on video so people can see and get to it. Or for Nico Showcase when? Dude, Kazuri, she is crushing it. For those who don't know, I did a video. I thought it'd be fun. I don't remember how many asks I liked for, or how many asks I liked for, how many likes I asked for to do it, because it's kind of a new, I've done it before over the years, but never this like straightforward clearly. Is I was like, I want you guys to convince me to rank 4 champion. I'm always giving the advice. I'm doing the tier list. I'm doing this, like, and it's fun. I like doing that. But where I want to change, I want to flip the tables here. I want to see what you all say. I listed a couple champions in each class that I'm considering taking to rank 4. They're all great. There's like all great champions. And I think I said 300. I was like, if that lets me know that you guys like this, it's something I will definitely consider doing again in the future. Because I also want to rank up champions you guys want to see, right? Like that's part of the fun for me, a big part of the fun. And I thought it'd be pretty equal, like who people suggested. Nico is crushing it, like 2-to-1 sort of thing. Like, and I mean like Nico to the field, not like Nico compared to a single champion. She is crushing it, which I guess makes sense. I am the one who, like, the day she came into the game, I was like, welcome to the new best Mystic champion in the game. So I guess it is fair that people who watch this channel caught on so quickly to her being redonkulous. So I guess that's fair. Okay, claim the rewards. Is it time? Have enough people voted in the poll? So, dude, the amount of Titan crystals that Kabam has given it, like, say what you will, but this month has been the connection issues. Okay, I'm not saying that wasn't there. That was there. That was frustrating, and we better get a big old juicy compensation package. That being said, let's put that in a nice little corner. This month has been insane, like insane. If you don't agree, please let me know in the comments. I would really like to know. Like, I'm probably not going to argue with you unless you just come in all crazy, because you might be seeing something I didn't. But like rewards, things to do, actually fun. Like, there's a reason there's a smile on my face covering this game right now. Okay, so who are we selecting? Let's take a look at the poll. Wow, I really thought Awakened Voodoo was going to win. But you all love the Anti-Venom. Anti-Venom does look insane. So, we'll do it. 70% have selected take Anti-Venom over Awakened Voodoo. All right, cool. I don't need more Mystic. I don't really need more Science Champions either. So we will take it. We'll Awaken Anti-Venom. I do think Anti-Venom is the best or the second best overall. I do feel that way, so I think that makes a little sense there too. But I was happy to do whatever you guys had said. We will turn this in. I'm famous for my talking, distracting me, and doing the opposite of what I just said. So I'm going to slow down and select Anti-Venom. Cool. Now we got to play the game, man. We got to play this game. Hey, what's up, Tobias? How you doing, man? Oh, dude, shotgun. Let's do that, man. Let's do that. Thank you. 139. Rebirth Crystals. Thank you, man. I appreciate that shout out. Keep talking. Nah, man. You kidding me, Slim? I hear you, Slim. Don't you worry. Listen, you could. I don't know. I don't care if it's fair because it kind of proves my point. But I don't know. Like, don't actually go do this. But I bet if you pulled the CCP members, if you pulled the people in the CCP, and you're like, who's the biggest like jerk in the CCP? Like, who's the a-hole? I guarantee you, I would win. I guarantee. I like how I'm acting like it was a competition. Like a gold medal. I did it. But I am pretty sure that I would win. Either that or they're not paying attention. Because I am persistent, my friend. I am persistent. And I'm also like, this sucked, guys. You do better. You can do this. And that's because I know they can, okay? I don't be a dick to be a dick. It's because I'm comfortable saying the things that people are uncomfortable saying. I don't think they're bad people. I think they're good people. I'm letting them know, hey, don't forget about this. All right. Let's go ahead and do the thing. And you wonder why people are afraid to come up to you. Well, Pablito, like one of those is like people have, it's been like almost throughout my life. People have said, wow, you know what? Now that I talked to you, you're actually really nice. I was certain you were going to be a jerk just by like kind of looking at you. And I'm like, is it my face? And they're like, yes, it's your face. So, hey, you know, it is what it is. You're the same way, Mystery. Yeah, I'm not, it's not, the intention is not to be a jerk. The intention is to like actually try to be helpful. I think I'm not helping Kabam and doing my CCP job if I'm just like, this was great, guys. I love it. I love seeing spinning wheels and disconnecting in war. It's fun. Like, you're helping no one, right? So, yeah. All right. Let's open these. It's also the counterpoint, though. That's why, like in videos, well, I'll say, if I'm criticizing, I'll say, this is how it feels as a player, instead of saying, you guys are doing this on purpose. I really don't think they are doing it on purpose. Also, how the hell would I know if they're doing it on purpose? In fact, it's against their interests to do it on purpose. So I try to very intentionally phrase it as like, this is how this is feeling to a player. And then Kabam can do with it as they please. I think that's the way to give feedback, right? If I just say like, you are this, then it just becomes argumentative. And I'm accusing them of stuff that one, I don't believe. And two, I have no way of proving. Okay, let's move on. Ready, 1, 2, 3. Of course, we want that tier 7. Even I couldn't say tier 7B. That was way too corny. Kabam's Boogeyman, I guess, man. Man is over here celebrating being a meanie. Yeah, I guess, man. I'm just saying, like, I want people around like that. I think my channel is a lot better now than it was just like 4 or 5 months ago. I think one of the reasons is improved effort and desire to like be engaged and do this and do it more regularly, that sort of thing. The other one is because like I specifically sought out a couple content creators and I was like, please tell me what I'm doing wrong, where I can improve. Because there's something I'm not learning. I've been doing this for 4 years and I take my breaks and, you know, I go off and on and whatever, and that's fine. I'm not going to stop doing that. But if I'm going to keep doing this, I want to put out the best thing I can. And I'm clearly not getting something. There's something I'm doing wrong. And I was like, don't hold back. Like, you're not being mean. I want this constructive criticism. And I am very grateful to, there was a multiple, but so I'm probably forgetting some, but there was 2 that both were like, all right, and they watched some of the videos and they looked at some thumbnails. And they're like, here's what you're doing wrong. And like one of them was like, they showed me this title and they're like, you know what you're talking about, but go through and read this as a viewer. Like, do you have any clue what this video is? And I was like, yeah, no, I don't. And so my videos or my video titles have hopefully gotten significantly more like succinct and easy to know, like, this is what it's going to be about. And like why you might want to watch it. And I have noticed a significantly improved video performance since then, which is pretty wild because my videos already did pretty good. Another one was like shorts, you know, like I was trying to do shorts and they're like, you're doing these wrong. I understand why you're doing them the way you're doing because you're so concerned that people are going to misunderstand what you're showing. Shorts aren't supposed to be like pack a whole video into a 45-second short. It's more like show something cool and, you know, move on. So like shorts have done significantly better too. These have sucked. 30-minute warfight chop. What is going on? Yeah, Warrior, I agree. And that's one of the big reasons why I've gone back to Twitter. One of the biggest reasons is because I don't think everything's worthy of a video. And I don't have time to make a video on all of the various ups and downs. So Twitter's perfect. Just get a short little thought out. Let y'all know I'm aware that I'm giving feedback and move on. Positive and negative. My tier 7 basic luck was pretty good in my last opening. I think I'm gonna put these all together for a video. But again, like the video is actually performing well and it being worth it. I'm not so sure. This might literally be more of like a Twitter. Oh, there we go. Cool. All right, awesome. This might be more of a Twitter sort of thing. Just kind of tabulate. Here's how it turned out. And for anyone wondering, because I did get this question before, I am selecting the incursion stuff because I, in theory, like incursions. In practicality, I don't, because I have to spend units on them. It's just, there's getting the revives and the health pots. I don't know. Maybe there's a way to get them. I just don't know what it is. And so that prevents me from doing incursions because I don't want to spend any of my units on incursions unless it's like the saga incursions to get the great rewards. So when this stuff happens, I try to select the health potions and the revives. Vega, I have 12 minutes to pick in fantasy. Dude! Thank you for telling me, Jaeger. I didn't mean to hold you guys up. So we'll be doing that live. Fantasy football draft. We're still going. I guess tag. We were done. We're done. Sorry, guys. I should do this. I don't like the idea of people waiting on me. Draft now. I'm the defending champion, aren't I, Jaeger? I'm pretty sure I won last year. Let's see here. The team's looking pretty amazing again. All right, I've picked Jaeger. Thanks, buddy. Sorry for the thank you. Sorry for the delay. You are indeed. All right. Feedback for the 7 hours. 2 top heavy rewards. These people whiffing. No drop rates available. Yeah, I don't like that whole drop rate not like being there sort of thing. That feels like that's an example of. Wait, we lost war? How did we lose war? That's a surprise. I'm going to reset my game real quick because I'm going to play it. So it'll just take a minute. I'm not actually going anywhere. It's just the phone's gotten a little warm. I'm curious how we lost war. Oh, I see a bunch of chat. Okay. It's fine. Things are going to happen. No, Maddie, it's our second loss. We're solidly up in Platinum 3, Platinum 4. And I'll be honest, I had originally said I thought we would plateau in Platinum 3. As we started making our way up towards it, I started kind of seeing the performances of the alliances we were facing. And so I backed off of the Platinum 3 plateauing. And right now that seems to be like our ceiling. And so we could end up anywhere from like P5 to P3. The rewards between those 2 or 3 places really isn't that different. And we're having fun getting to do stuff, like test stuff out. Some wars I take 4 fights. I think this last war took 9 or 8. And I think everyone else is kind of doing the same thing. Just having fun. Did we lose on deaths? Fight time? I don't know. Chop. We can take a quick look at it. Also, what's up, Maddie? Good to see you here, dude. Taking my phone a bit to log in, which is not a great sign. Congratulations to the Undead Champs, though. Nice win from them. Attack bonus was exactly the same, so I think they're going to beat us on speed. Actually, if I'm... Looks like maybe we didn't clear, right? The only thing I'm confused by is how did they get 53 defender kills? Matt, if you're still watching, dude, Matt knows all this scoring really well. Can you tell what happened here? Yeah, my fault. I went to Prowler and Deathless Genocide 4 times. Ah, don't worry about it, Chop. Things are gonna happen, man. Like, I know it. I mean it when I say like as long as people are communicating, active, doing their best, communicating when they can't be active. I mean, things happen. All right. I don't want to dwell on it, especially on stream. I don't want anyone feeling badly and stuff like that. So it's not worth it. And it's not important. Okay, I got to try to finish this up, and then I think I will have done all of the August content. Battlegrounds is going to have to take a back seat. That's fine. I've not even done solo raids, so we'll do this for a little bit. Just kind of hang out, and yeah, you guys let me know if you got any questions or anything. We'll just chat and stream. Chapter 4. Oh yeah. We had a slower time than them, Maddie, but we only had 39 defender kills, so I have a feeling we maybe missed a lane or something. It's gonna happen sometimes. We literally, our thing is like we're prioritizing real life over the game, so it's gonna happen. All right. The attacker salvo combo. Both champions start with indefinite combo shield. When the attacker dodges back, they gain a crush. Okay. Sharpened claws. Okay. That doesn't sound fun. And Stark Spider-Man. Each time attacking inflicts a power drain, burn. Okay. This actually seems kind of tough. I'll be honest, I really don't want to think about it. Which might be a sign to it's time to go and work, but let's play for a little bit. Oh, we're 100% something got missed? All right. Yeah, sometimes we just die in war, man. It's going to happen. Thoughts on the new Rhino buff? What's up, Sumi? Better than I thought, for sure. I want to explore him more as a defender. I only have the 6-star available on my account, so duels at some point it was hard to really tell what was what. I think more fun to play offensively than I thought, and I think there's some nuance there. To me, this is a solid 4th or 3rd or 4th tier champion who I think people are going to enjoy. Does seem well suited towards like earlier beginning players, or one of those buffs where it feels like Kabam's like, look, we don't want this to feel like a terrible pull. That being said, I truly mean it. I think there might be some defensive use there. Just seems kind of different from what science defenders are typically asking for us, especially with that whole reduces the ability accuracy of bleeds by 75%. So yeah, I like it. Feels weird to kill an opponent without even giving him a special too. Sue me, he's OP. Trust. Yeah, just trust Maddie. Hey, Philly, what's up, dude? 39, 54, that's to be died tomorrow. Yeah, it's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen. No big deal. Any champ that gains that level of resistance is going to be able to do stuff you wouldn't expect, especially combined with inequity. So there was some interesting stuff, Jaeger, where utilizing the unstoppable to like go through specials too was really, really fun. I was enjoying that. It felt like building them up wasn't that cumbersome. You know, we were doing it as a 6-star rank 3 was what I was able to test. So we went back to like old school, like I think it was 4.1. The chat reminded me, the Deadpool that like Campo started getting YouTubers testing, and then I took it. So we'll see. Again, like I'm not getting like anti-venom or Cole vibes, that's for sure. But like solid second tier, if they're a good enough defender, I could see us putting them like an 8 or a 9 in BGs, either as a defender, potentially a dual threat. I just don't see what he does being asked for some of the big bad defenders. So we'll see. Cole's been Maddie. I love me some Cole. You know, I've been on Cole, man. Me and Cole go way back. Uh-oh. What have I done to myself here? I may have chosen very poorly. Yeah, I chose so poorly. Yeah, this is kind of where we're at. I just want to get through this. What's up, Masakri? He should be good for Onslaught at least. What makes you say that? I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just curious why you say that. When are we getting the buff 7-star Yondu? So I'm hoping that Yondu is the. I'm hoping that Yondu is the like the next track or something, like how Captain Britain was. We'll see. We'll see what they ultimately do with it, but that's my hope. Free openings, although that sucks because then you have to pay for them. I didn't think that through. So yeah. So fewer arrows. Also won't crit. Good call. Hope Ghost Rider is the next chase champ. Yeah, so tomorrow. Honestly, we're just gonna get through this. I don't even care. Tomorrow, I'm gonna be live streaming. It's gonna be another podcast style, and it is different than the MCoC Illuminati podcast that we've been doing. Don't worry, that's not going anywhere. We're having a blast doing that, so that's going to continue. But this one, it's called Counterpoint. Why am I not gaining power? What am I doing wrong? Do I only get power when he throws a special? That would make sense. Yeah, okay. It's called Counterpoint, and the name is intentionally chosen. Don't worry, it's not going to be like a forced debate show. I hate those where people just say stupid things so that someone else will say something stupid and they try to make everyone hate each other. I hate that. I'm around. I was young when that nonsense started, like on ESPN and stuff. But it's called Counterpoint. The guest or co-host, I'm not sure, doesn't matter, are MCoC Encyclopedia and Maddie MCoC, who are two pretty famous free-to-play players and YouTubers. And I think the idea isn't necessarily for us to argue. The idea is for us to maybe help illustrate some points that aren't always shared on each other's channels. Maybe we can learn a little bit from each other. And if we argue, that's fine too. It'll be fun. We'll be live recording that tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Was it called Counterpoint? Please tell me it wasn't actually called Counterpoint, Weapon X. Please tell me the show. I stopped watching ESPN a very long time ago. The show I was referring to, it was with Michael Wilbon and Tony Kornheiser. And I was young, dude. I was young. And I'll be honest, it's not like I watched every episode. I don't necessarily recall it perfectly. I'll be really clear on this. But I recall as a young person, like a kid, basically, I was like, this Wilbon guy makes a lot of sense. This Kornheiser guy, like something's wrong. Like my brain was already clued into the idea of, does he even mean what he's saying? I don't think he does. Like, it was indeed called Counterpoint. Oh, Jesus. Well, I've already got a logo made and it looks great, so we're going to go with it. But that is very disappointing now. Dude, skip Betas. Oh, my God. Yeah, we've been streaming long enough. We can do this. I can't stand any of that stuff about sports. Like I used to watch like literally almost all sports. Like I'm down to basically just like pro football. I'll watch, you know, like I'll watch a baseball game live. I watched Ohio State and Texas this weekend because I had heard Arch Manning was the greatest quarterback that ever will be, shall be, and is forever. I watched like one throw and I was like, I think y'all watch a different sport than I am. And I get it, he's a young man and all that stuff, right? I sure he's fine. But yeah, feels a little early. Felt a little early to be anointing him the number, like family saying he, you know, can't be in the draft. Yeah, he should not be in the NFL draft. And all that, I don't know, it just feels like all that stuff is born from people making a career out of trying to tell us like how great something was going to be or not be or whatever, so that they could like own someone, or I don't even know what the hell the point is. And I know it just sound old, but it seems like most people agree with this now. Like it's like, yeah, it's just stupid. Don't get us started. No, let's do it. We're at that point in the stream. That's fine. We've already gone longer than I intended to go, so let's do it. Let's get it out. Let's get out. That's like one of the most fun parts of streaming. Skip is a top tier rage baiter. I love. So, like, the problem is like the rage bait thing. Like, it just became like, it got done so much. It got done, whatever. That it just became like that sports analysis now. Archman is the greatest player ever. No, he's the worst player. Maybe he's just like a young kid. And he's like 19 years old. And sometimes 19-year-olds crap the bed. Like, it's as simple as that, in my opinion. He might be great one day. He might be terrible. I have no clue. I'm not going to act like it's certain based on one performance in front of 100,000 people. Like, yeah, shit happens, man. Like, and like, I don't know. Yeah. What have I done to myself here? We're going to die. Uh-oh. This is what happens when I'm more focused on commentary than playing. But that's okay. We've reached that point in the stream. Hockey. Oh, old man easy. Okay. If someone, the problem is I don't live near hockey. Like the San Jose Sharks, they still exist, right? That would be, I would assume, by far the closest to me. Even without traffic, that's like a 45-minute to an hour drive. With traffic, which there almost certainly would be that time of any day. Yeah, I ain't doing that. I don't know if we're gonna live. That's okay. We just gotta get this done. That being said, I think hockey is clearly, and I know this isn't really like a hot take. Hockey is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, sports to watch live. It is incredible. What was the kid's name, dude? His real name, I think it was Sid Crosby. I got to see him play live. Oh my good God. That was insane. My brother was able to get us seats. We were pretty close to the glass. It was incredible. And then my other brother is a huge LA Kings fan. Like, legit fan for years. Decades probably now. And so I've gone to games with him, and he doesn't mind spending his money on sporting stuff. So he's gotten some pretty outrageous tickets too. It's a great sport to watch live. I don't think we're gonna make it. Oh, we did, because Ironheart's amazing. Absolutely agree. With the hockey being one of the greatest sports to watch live, it's incredible. It doesn't work on TV. I mean, I know this isn't like a hot take, but I'm kind of saying I hate the whole hot takery nature of sports commentary. It's like sometimes we just agree. It's okay. Championship. You don't even know how. You don't even know, man. When my country, Georgia. Hey, I didn't know that. That's awesome. Qualified for European Championship. I literally cried. And then you guys beat Portugal. I assume you're talking about football, right? Soccer, U.S. American soccer, European football. Yeah, soccer. Okay, entire uni. That's awesome, man. That's really cool. Yeah, that's really cool, dude. In case it's not abundantly clear, I fight Lady Deathstrike so rarely, I'm not totally sure how she works. I think she's immune to something, or I don't know. Can you drop to some of the football channels I watch more on the actual analytical side of what you're feeding? Thanks, buddy. I mean, I've kind of found them. There's a YouTube channel called Bootleg Soccer, or I'm sorry, Bootleg Football. I think it's called Bootleg. It's Bootleg something. They seem to really. It's one guy, but then he's got like a co-host. He seems to really know what he's talking about. For fantasy football, I have actually moved back to Matt Berry. Yeah, I'm curious. Do you guys like Matthew Berry? I'm curious if you like him. I do find him entertaining again. I went through a stretch where I found him very not entertaining. I think, without knowing the inside information, I think that probably had a little bit to do with his job. Because I loved him early ESPN when he was with Nate Ravitz. And then Nate was no longer on the show. And I felt like Nate and him respected each other and really worked well together. And then Matt and Stephania Bell weren't bad. And then they brought in Field Yates and the show just plummeted, dude. It fell off a cliff hard. I don't know if that's Field's fault. I have no clue, obviously. I have no idea. Field may be amazing. Who knows what was going on? And then now Matt's on the show. They call it the Fantasy Happy Hour. Sometimes they make some jokes where I'm a little but in general, I really like it. And the two co-hosts are really, really good. I can't think of their names right now. And then I do like Chris Harris. He gets... what's funny is I think the things I would criticize that show on is stuff you guys would say about me. So, I gotta focus here. Keep forgetting about this node. He can get a little preachy. And that can be a little tough sometimes. But his analysis is really good, I think, for fantasy football. I think a lot of it is that what they started doing for fantasy football is they started analyzing real football. Like if you were sitting there watching the game with them, it'd be good analysis on what's going on. And I think that they started accepting that that translated well into real fantasy football. The better players, the better situations, the better coach teams started being the higher performing players and coaches, that sort of thing. Brett and EJ get hammered on Malrot during the Bears game last year. It was hilarious. Okay, yeah, Brett's his name, right? The main dude for Bootleg. You should check out the franchise guy. He should be dropping his Eagles deep dive soon. Oh yeah, I will. Actually, if you could send me that link on Discord, dude, if you don't mind, I'll check that out. I'm a little worried about how many of the smart analysts are saying the Eagles are going to roll again this year. And I get what they're saying is they should, but you have to have so much good injury luck and chemistry and all that. Detroit, dude, just got decimated by injuries last year. And there's no guarantee that the Eagles stay as healthy as they did. I don't know. Might just be my internal Eagles fan talking. We just expect bad things to happen. Because I see it too. They're right. When I look at the lineup and everything, the Eagles look set up to trounce again. They look like they should be better, but sports, especially football, dude, it seems like it's about Kind of like catching lightning in a bottle, you know? And the Eagles just had it from like week 3 on last season. Oops. That being said, I'm pumped up for the season to start. I was very excited for the Eagles jersey to make its way into the thumbnail today. I clearly have no clue how this node works, and I am okay with that. Very special, dude. The Eagles will be up before season starts. All right, cool. Yeah, I'd love to listen to that. Like Nova, for if people are like, who the hell is Nova? I used to have a dog. She's coming home soon, so I'm looking forward to walking her and stuff. Throw that on, listen to it. It'd be awesome. Plague, what you saying, man? I'm a Bills fan. Oh, dude. Like, that's another team. Like, I think we got lucky, we being the Eagles. I'm on the team. They, you know, we don't like to talk about it. I think we got lucky that we faced a broken down Chiefs team in the Super Bowl. In sports, there's luck. Like, that's a thing. Like, it's real. But like, dude, I mean, should have been the Ravens, right? Like, come on. And the Bills are another team. Like, probably don't control Allen nearly as well as we controlled a hurt Mahomes with no offensive line. So I don't know. I'm excited. I think the Eagles are amazing. They're my squad. Always have been. Always will be. Just, you know, Eagles repeat. Gotta believe. I love the enthusiasm, because I love it. I do. Like, and this is going to be all about adjustments, which the Eagles typically do, right? Like, I think the league's going to be like, so it turns out Saquon Barkley is very good. We've decided as a collective he is good at football. We have trouble tackling him. And so, yeah, we don't want that happening anymore, which is pretty much what the Chiefs tried to do. And Jalen was like, I know how to throw the ball well. And so I think it'll be a little bit about that, how we adjust to some defensive changes too. I'm looking forward to it. I'm pumped. I'm really, really pumped. You can guarantee I will be watching the game Thursday night. But I'm pumped up for you and your Bills, man. That was the whole point of that, is that if it can't be my team, you know, I'd love to see it be a team like the Bills. I'd love to see Lamar get a Super Bowl. He hasn't won one, right? I'm pretty sure he hasn't. I'd love to see Lamar get a Super Bowl. I like seeing incredible athletes get that success, you know? They work their ass off, because they're all great athletes at that level, right? So, yeah. I watched it. Dude, Barry Sanders. Yeah, dude, I agree. Old man easy. There will, you know who was, I get it. Like, I get what you're saying. I'm not saying LaDainian Tomlinson was a replica of Barry Sanders. That's not what I'm saying. But I was actually a Chargers season ticket holder. I lived in San Diego. I lived like 3 or 2 trolley stops from the stadium when LaDainian was like at his apex. It was like a great 5-year run for Chargers. So I would go to those games. It was like before my wife and I had kids and stuff. We had season tickets. I got to know the season ticket guy. He was awesome. And like, we had season tickets that we had no business having. But he was like, in the way I see it, he was taking care of like real fans who wanted to go to the game, who would go to the game. We never sold our seats. Like, I wanted to be there. My wife wanted to be there. LaDainian Tomlinson was just like, it's honestly like Saquon and like a prime Adrian Peterson. Oh my God. Like, these guys in a field of incredible athletes, you're like, that guy's different. You know, like, you didn't even have to know the sport. I love sports. I love sports. A friend of my daughter's has started playing water polo, which I played in high school and dabbled with in college. And I want to go see some of the games for a local high school here. Because I don't need to see like the best in the world. Sometimes I actually like just seeing people try stuff, you know? Trying to get better. I like seeing people compete. It's just, I think it's fun, man. You can see like why the original idea of the Olympics was so popular. You know, like let's just compete. Let's have fun. If we lose, we lose. If we win, we win. Let's get a beer. In my mind, the ancient Greeks were getting beer. Okay, just leave me alone. I will eventually look up. You guys are like, what the hell are you talking about, man? Though you're special, dude. You know you want to. There you go. It's actually part of why I loved women's soccer for a while. I started going to women's World Cup games. Like actually started traveling for them. And that was actually a big part of why. It's like it was about the sport. It was about the athletes. And it was so incredible. It reminded me of like all the great things about sports. Is this cute? Yeah, this was like the Valiant Gauntlet or whatever. I got to finish it up. The rewards are too good to just let it go by the wayside. But I definitely put it off, obviously, till the very, very end here. So I just got to get it done. Hey, what's up, Gustavo? They agree that worrying about prestige is unfun. However, it is going to be a factor in the rank up decision. I was torn between fan and Red Skull. Fan is much better prestige. Decision done. So, like, yeah, like this is why it's great to stream, right? There's a variety of reasons why it's great to stream. Because, like, if you're choosing between Red Skull and future Ant-Man, and you like them both, that yeah, man, go for it, right? Like you're choosing between two great champions who you really enjoy. Like, go for it. Like to me, that's like, hey, I'm enjoying the game. That's not, oh, I gotta like, now if Kabam puts out another tech champion, I gotta go like spend hundreds of dollars to get them, and then I gotta, no, that's where it's just, I never enjoyed that. I hate seeing my viewers go for it. I mean, if that's what you enjoy, hey man, I'm not gonna tell you to, no, I am gonna try to convince you to stop, actually. If you seem stressed by it. But like what you're doing, yeah, man, I agree. And it's part of the game, you know? And like I said, I don't begrudge Kabam for it. So you're right. I very much agree with you, Gustavo. Turns out Barkley is very good. Yeah. Oh, dude. Oh, man, easy to go back to that. Like when people are like, he sucks. He's injury prone. Like, dude, the guy plays with like the worst quarterback in the NFL. Like his team was so bad that the Giants convinced themselves that Daniel Jones was worth like what, like $30 million a year or something. They're like, my God, he's amazing. It's like, no, you are comparing him to terribleness. You've forgotten what good looks like. Like it's like Toad, right? I've been telling you guys for years now, Toad's actually not very good. And people are like, no, he's really amazing. I use him to take no 37 against Nick Fury. Can you know anyone else? Like, that's great. There's this one node, there's one fight in Alliance War that Toad's like not crappy for. But there's just been no mutant champions for like 3 years. We got like Toad and Sauron, and people are like, Toad's obviously great. It's like, no, he's not. It's just everything else sucks. And so he looks good in comparison. Now that we've gotten good mutants, everyone's like, you know that Toad, he needs a buff. And did you see who the third champion getting a buff is? Daniel Jones is Toad. There you go. You got it. Gustavo, yeah, I hope it's clear. I'm trying to also be a little bit funny. Third tier champions. Toad is like the perfect third or fourth tier champion. He's very good at what he does. The game has just grown a ton. And he was like the one mutant over the course of like 2 years that came out. And so it was like, I guess he's who we got, you know? But then as soon as Dazzler came out, I was like, go away, Toad. As soon as Jean Grey and Silver Samurai and what's the lady's name? The lady Professor X, Cassandra Nova. You know. Hey, what's up, Ace? Toad is fun though. See, there's all these Toad fans who like come out of the woodworks as soon as I start crapping on Toad. Well, I didn't even know you were here a few seconds ago. Where were you? Where were you minutes ago? How big is basketball in my area? I live in San Francisco, so if the Warriors are good, basketball is huge. If the Warriors are not good, they don't know what basketball is. That's California, though, coastal Southern California. There's just I mean this in a good and a bad way. There's so much to do in coastal California that, like, if a team is good, the people go and support it. Like, they want to be entertained. They probably know sports. They played sports. Like, it's a very active outdoor community, even though it's a massive state. But there's so much to do that if the team's not good, California forgets about their team like nothing. Like, it's immediate, you know? So it's just kind of how it is. How is Rhino? You know what, Indigo, go. I'll since it's on the thumbnail stuff, I'll do one more spiel on Rhino, and then I think we're probably going to tune out here in a minute. I think Rhino's way better than I went in thinking he was going to be. I think he's going to be like a 3rd or 4th tier champion. I want to see what he's like as a 7-star. I think we're going to need to see him live, like in the game. A lot of it's prognostication, because there was some really fun stuff with his Unstoppable. He was pretty easy to play, but I think with skilled play, you're going to get some really good results out of him. He's got that taunt, which is controlling. It was really effective, and the defender was throwing their specials. That's a big deal in this game. We dueled him quite a bit, and he feels like he's asking for some new stuff out of that skill class. Remember, he reduces the ability accuracy of bleeds by 75%. That combined with his Unstoppable, which a slow will handle, but now you've got to burst through his physical resistances and things like that. I think he's going to be an interesting one. I think there's a possible future where we see him on defense. He's an annoying or troubling defender. And so just kind of like how you're going to go around that. And as Jaeger pointed out, he actually might even be good for Onslaught. MCoC Encyclopedia, I think I said hello to you. If I didn't, man, I'm sorry. I would definitely want to. I mean, the ancient religions were more religious than anything, so that wine would have been flowing. MCoC Encyclopedia. Is anyone else shocked that the Encyclopedia dropping knowledge on us all? Toad getting an extra star is the buff. Nothing else is needed. Oh, because we don't have time, man. You guys oh my God, you Toad lovers out there. The only Toad, yes. Super Mario Toad is the real Toad. Toad supremacists unite. Uh-oh. When your crowd turns against you, you know it's time to go. I am concerned. I am concerned. Wait, is that why Cali has so many NBA teams? Yeah, probably. I mean, could be. Also, like literally, if you haven't been to California and tried to travel it, it is a massive state. It is massive. I need everyone to put on their innocent hats, okay? Y'all need to not look into what I'm saying. I am being very little. California is not that wide. It's just very long. And it has a very long coastline, which is beautiful. And the major cities, I mean, Sacramento is obviously a major city. I'm not putting down, say, like Bakersfield's a major city. Okay, these are lovely cities. But the ones that people often want to go and visit, like tourists, you've got like San Francisco up in the very far north. And there's still actually quite a bit north of us. And then, of course, Oakland and things like that. But then you go like pretty far down, you hit San Jose. And it's like a 6 to 8 hour drive just to get to LA, to Los Angeles. And that's based on traffic. And then, of course, you got all of Orange County. Santa Barbara is beautiful. It's not a major city, but it's beautiful. And then San Diego, which is like an 8 hour drive without traffic from San Francisco. So it's just huge. That's the other reason why there's so many teams. It's just huge state. Yeah. Let's see when Toad comes. He's getting buffed, isn't he? Or am I like making this all up? He's getting buffed. I think they showed that in the live stream. That the buffs are going to be like Walking Phoenix. And someone else in Toad. And I saw it and I was like, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Even Kabam agrees. Like, guys, like, I'm trying to help you here. Like, even the people who make the game and the champion are finally admitting, like, he could use buff. Wait, they're buffing Phoenix? No, they already buffed Phoenix. I think you guys are rage baiting me. You guys are the real Tony Kornheiser right now. Kazuri, you're from Whittier? No shit. I'm from Whittier. That's wild, man. Like, born and raised in Whittier. That's wild. We are Skip. But you guys are Skip Bayless. You're Skip Bayless, Tony Kornheiser, and Stephen A. Smith all wrapped up into one. I'm just now picturing you guys wearing a stupid oversized cowboy hat and yelling at me. All right, I gotta go. We're so far off the rails, but it's a blast. Like, this is actually fun, dude. Kazuri, like Whittier, it is shocking to me how regularly I meet people from Whittier, like Whittier, La Habra Heights, Santa Fe Springs, like La Puente, like that whole area. Yeah, produced a lot of really cool people. So yeah. I'm sure someone is streaming, guys. I don't quickly see someone streaming, so we're not going to raid anyone. Thank you all for hanging. Thank you all for hanging out. This is so much fun. Yeah. So check Rhino. Follow me on Twitter. Tomorrow I'll be live for the Counterpoint. Let's erase the bad taste of the old Counterpoint. Let's get the new, fresh, fun Counterpoint podcast going, and then I'll be live for the sale on Thursday for Silver Samurai. We'll analyze it. I might participate, I might not. I really don't know, but I'll be there to give my advice on it, and then probably a birthday stream on Friday. Y'all, thank you so much for being here. Previous comment, please, before you leave. What's up, Kristen? Best option for Rebirth Selector, a new Valiant with most of my 7s as tech. Hold on, let me make sure I read this correctly. Best option from Rebirth Selector. New Valiant. Oh, you are a new Valiant with most of my 7 stars as tech. Zola, Bastion, Iron Star, and Risco, name a few. Okay, those are great techs. So I think that really crosses out Viv, right? Because you want to be efficient here. You've seen all the stuff from me on Cole, and I realize that Cole looks like literally the best Cosmic in the world. But I've tried very clearly in the videos to be like, I do think he can be knocked off. I don't think I don't believe you're going to see him moved up to where we have like Deathless Thanos and Serpent. That being said, he is amazing. He's got the True Strike ability too. So that's a tough one. I think though, for a new player, or not new player, but a new Valiant, you may actually want to consider Anti-Venom, because Anti-Venom's going to cover so much of the game for you, like the dual immunities, so much utility in the debuffs, and does great work. I don't think you can go wrong with Cole or Anti-Venom though, to be fully like direct with you. You've already removed Viv, and I think that makes sense. I would check out Grass MCoC. He's in the Illuminati, phenomenal channel. Literally put out a video today with some like his first kind of experiences with his rank 4 Anti-Venom. Even I was like, okay, Anti-Venom's better than I thought. I still love Cole. I'm glad I went with Cole. Cole feels a little bit more like a luxury pick for me. That being said, Cole's like eye-popping outstanding. So I hope that's helpful to you. I've done Cole vids. I'd love it if you watch them. But you probably already have. And so we can see the thing on Anti-Venom. I don't think you can go wrong with either of them. Pablito. Pablito's a very smart player. They're all smart players in this chat. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out. We'll be catching you very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.